Let's talk about funding your business startup. Finding the money to fund your business startup is easier than you might think. You have to think outside the box though if you just don't have the money sitting in the bank. Most contracting businesses can be started and funded properly with very little capital, but it's critical to fund it properly. You just have to add some moxie sometimes. What if you don't have any extra cash to start your business right now? Do you wait and save to get the startup cash? It's certainly commendable, but there could be other ways for you to do it quicker to get you started in your own contractpreneur, successful small service contracting business. I want you to think of a time, real or imagined, when you had to have a fairly large chunk of money and soon. Everyone has been there, and if you have not, this is it. Say for example, your child needed an operation to save his or her life. Do you think you could come up with $10,000 to $20,000? You know you would, no doubt in your mind. What if you could buy your dream house for half price, but you needed $10,000 to $20,000 down? Could you get it? You know you would find the money. If at all possible, you want to start your business well funded. You want to hit the ground running, nothing holding you back. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get that cash in a few minutes. But first, let's talk about some generalizations here. Your service vehicle and your tools are your biggest expenses. Then comes your truck inventory, insurance, uniforms, and printing for your supporting documents such as business cards, personal profile sheets, and paper invoices. Decide how you will handle the purchases of each one of these. If you have the cash for everything or already own some things, hey, that's great. You're that much more ahead. If not, let's talk about some ideas of how to get some of that money to get started. You know, you have to be creative and you have to plan to accomplish your purchases and how you'll pay back the money should you have to borrow it. Again, it's worth repeating. Keep in mind, it's important to have everything you need when getting started so you can hit the ground running and get your jobs completed and on to the next one, making money. Okay, number one, what toys do you have that you could sell to help fund your startup, such as your boat or quads or motorcycles? Now, hey, wait a minute. Wait, easy. I know what you're thinking. Don't worry, you're going to get them back. And more, I promise. Number two, who believes in you? Parents, grandparents, or friends that believe in you and know you'll be successful? Will they lend you your startup costs? Show them that you purchased this course. You have already invested your money in your future. Let them know that I have many successful students. Why would you be any different? Number three, home equity loan. Take this only as you need it. You'll be making money. The new marketing skills I will teach you will make your phone ring off the hook with work. Write minimal checks from your equity line to get started. Number four, should you have an inheritance coming to you, would that person consider giving a portion of it to you now? You know, it doesn't hurt to ask. Number five, a credit card dedicated specifically to your startup. Number six, crowdfunding platforms. Now this is kind of a new thing to me. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe not. Platforms like this offer a way to take your financial requests to the masses and solicit for funds. This can be somewhat pricey interest-wise, but if all else fails, check it out. Kickstarter.com is a popular one, and that's Kickstarter.com. Kickstarter.com. Number seven, GoFundMe. Now that's GoFundMe.com. Another crowdfunding platform, but this one seems to be the most popular. GoFundMe allows users to create their own website to describe what they're raising money for. During this process, members can describe their fundraising cause, the amount they hope to raise, and upload photos or video. Once the website is created, GoFundMe allows users to share their project with people through social network links such as Facebook and Twitter and email. People can then donate to a user's cause through the website using only a debit card or a credit card. And right now, they're not allowing PayPal as of this recording. But I'm sure that will change. And then you track the progress of the funding. Those who donate can also leave comments on the website in support of the project. GoFundMe generates their revenue by automatically deducting a 5% fee from each donation that is received. If the user receives no donation, then obviously no charge is made. In addition to the 5% that GoFundMe deducts from each transaction, WePay.com, which is WePay.com, collects 2.9% and 30 cents from each GoFundMe transaction. Now, there's certainly some costs involved here, but overall, it's a great way to fund your startup costs. You can also try to Google crowdfunding to find out more. Number 8, grants. Nonprofits and government grants can be a great avenue for startup capital. You may have heard about these when people are looking for college money. See grants.gov to see if this might be a choice for you. Number 9, whole life insurance policy. You can borrow up to 90% cash value of your account very reasonably. Number 10, the Small Business Administration, or the SBA, some people refer to it as. Look, I put it on here, it's not a great choice, but nonetheless, it is a choice. Use the SBA as a last resort. There's heavy paperwork and time commitment, and many applications are turned down for really just frivolous things. Number 11, private lending. Private individuals apply for loans from other private individuals. Most times the lending individual is a party with just some cash burning a hole in their pocket, and they want to lend it out with interest. Now that said, these are certainly savvy individuals, so be on your best game when you apply. Interest rates are also usually high in this marketplace. See prosper.com, prosper.com, and lendingclub.com for more information. Number 12, barter. Get creative. Who needs your services? Trade for what you need to buy. Now that said, I highly recommend staying away from organized barter clubs. And I use organized usually because any trade club I've ever been involved with was less than organized. When you look closely at barter clubs, keep in mind that only the owner of it and businesses that have very little overhead costs in their trade wins. Such as printers. They have very little money in labor and material, and they would be fools not to trade their services out. Find your own people to trade with. What do you need? Find the person that has what you need and see if they're interested in a trade. It cannot hurt to ask. If you need a truck or a van, for example, approach a used dealership owner with an offer of trade of services. If you can't trade for the van or truck, maybe at the very least, you could trade for the down payment. Do you have something that you own that is valuable that you can trade for what you need? Keep in mind, trading can be addictive. It's great to trade services for the things that you need rather than pay cash. And you'll be surprised how many people are willing to trade once you get good at presenting your needs to the right people. Just keep in mind that cash runs the world and you can only trade so much. Number 13, tax refund. It is a beginning, and it just may be what opens the door to self-employment for you. Number 14, partner investment. Now, I cannot state this emphatically enough. Avoid partners that own a percentage of your business. A partnership is real attractive at first because generally the funding is easy. That person will see that you as a contractpreneur will be a good risk, and they're right. However, the attraction will soon wear off on your part. As soon as your marketing efforts take off, your reputation is built, and the phone starts ringing off the hook with new clients, you'll be sorry you gave that part of your profits away, okay? Now, a partner that takes a reasonable interest percentage on earnings for a predetermined amount of time for repayment of startup costs is great. Get a solid contract with this person and a solid date of the end of the agreement. Now, see LegalZoom, LegalZoom.com, or NOLO, NOLO, .com for the contracts and forms. Okay, number 15, retirement savings. Now, this is a tough one if you're older to borrow from because this is your safety net. Only borrow what is absolutely needed and have a plan to reimburse it as the cash flow starts coming in, and trust me, it will. Number 16, bootstrapping. This is one of the most common ways people start small businesses like contracting. Many times a spouse has an income also, so he or she can keep the ship floating temporarily while your business gets on its feet. This is a great advantage if the spouse is on board and trusts what you're doing, but it's not without risk, to be honest. You put all or most of your profits back into the business continually for a period of time, usually about 6 months until the business runs on its own. 6 months is about the average time that a contracting business takes to get off the ground. The greatest risk is that you feel like you're working for nothing because you're continually putting your profits back in the business. You know, a paycheck's a powerful motivator, especially a paycheck that you've created on your own in your own successful business. Just keep in mind the end prize, okay? A contractpreneur, successful, small service contracting business that provides you with a great living for the rest of your life. Number 17, and this is how I got started. Approach current business owners, just look for successful business owners in your community that are not your competition. Maybe you know one, maybe you don't. I knew of a man like this through a personal connection way back. Ask for 15 minutes of their time, set your phone timer for 15 minutes, and be sure the alarm is able to be heard. Be very prepared for these meetings with notes of your intent and practice what you'll say. Ask if they would be interested in an interest-bearing business startup loan to you. If the meeting is going well and the alarm goes off, ask for more time. This will impress them, as business people are generally very busy. Ask for accruing startup capital and be prepared to tell them how much you need and what your plans are, and of course, how you will pay them back. If this approach seems weird to you, remember this. Business people struggle somewhere, everywhere, when they're getting their business just rolling. And successful people know it's important to give back. It creates good karma. Remember, no full partners, only lending partners. Now, number 18, vendor financing. You'll certainly deal with some sort of vendors in your business. Many times vendors will front or upfront your stock to get started. The time's always short, usually 30 to 45 days, depending on what time of the month you purchase your stock and the terms set up by your vendor. If you feel you need more time, ask for it before you make the deal. See if the vendor can do 90 days. You might just sell for 60. Avoid short-term, high-interest places like pawn shops and predatory lenders. They're not worth your time or money. Okay, see what you can do to find your funding. Please leave some comments or questions. I would love to hear how you plan to fund your business. If you find a way to fund your business beyond my suggestions, please share with us. We'd like to have it. Thanks a lot.